You know, being an accessory is something in law. An accessory. It's like if somebody turns up at your front door and says, help me. I'm in a spot of bother. It's like, well, what's happened? It's like, I've just killed my wife. Right? If you help the guy and don't report it, you're an accessory to murder. Or depending what he's done. If you let him in, right, and you help him wash the blood off, you're going to jail with him. You're an accessory after the fact. You help cover it up. And it basically just proves you're a cunt. So he didn't kill, but when his duty to report this and not to help this guy, when that was called upon, he proved himself a cunt. Accessory after the fact. You go to prison for a couple of years for that. It's a thing, it's a big thing in law. It's like with these criminals saying things like, keep your mouth shut. Don't talk to anyone. Don't talk about it. Because if you're talking openly about crimes, you're making other people accessories to it. You're sharing out the blame. You know, as the system works, if somebody tells you openly that they've broken the law, it's on you. It's on you. It's you know now your world's been rocked by that. It's part of you now. You know that information. What are you going to do with it? You choose to do nothing. What does that make you? Well, it proves you're a cunt. Sin. Because you should know better than that. So you can make you an accessory. Just saying all that stuff that Tate said. He said a lot of stuff, him, hasn't he? He does. He like claims the title and mantle of Messiah in this world, that guy. He does. Sits there. No one can stop me. Omniscient. Omnipotent. The centre of the universe, and in the one that he's been able to create himself, he rule it supreme. Not seeming to realise that it's like the law has caught up with his scheme. And the things that he said that would diminish the reputation of governments, they'll never let anyone get away with that. It's like, I think the direction that this case is going in is, Mr. Tate's going to a lunatic asylum. He's going to be sectioned. You know why? Well, because of his defence. His defence is, you can't take for seriously anything I've said because that's all an act. It's a character I play. That's his defence. And then, well, it's been, the objection's been handled by the court already. It's like, yeah, but the indifference he shows towards these victims. The absolute denial of any wrongdoing says something different. It's like, yeah, this guy, this idiot we've got in custody is exactly the same person as that one who mouths off. That's your defence? That's just a character he plays, a comedy skit thing, satire. And that everyone is lying because they're jealous. That's your defence, right? Okay, let's say, right, that defence carries. Let's just say that it does. Let's say that it's allowed to fly. What does that say about you, mate? Fantasist. And a criminal. And that says, with his mouth, this guy's too dangerous to put in the prison because he'll fuck up the prison. We have to put him in a hospital. Romanian loony bin. Because you deny reality. It's absolutely set up perfectly for, like, fate worse than death, this. You can say all they want. It's like, I know enough. I take him at his word when he says he's the G. I do. It's like, because he knows G things. He knows things. He knows dark secrets of human nature. And people say, oh, he's so honest, he's so right about things. And it's like, yeah, he's weaponized that. I know lots of dark secrets. And obvious things that are profound. But I'm not weaponizing them. And then you see those that do, and you're like, imprint, you say. Imprint teenage girls, you say. And it'd be, yeah, you can, but who knows that? It's like, well, that's a secret of the Mac Daddy, that's a secret of the super pimp. Many do it anyway and don't realise there's a system to it, but there are those that do it and understand there's a system to it. So you get your player and your really fucking good player. You get your amateur player and your professional player. Your professional player, human innocence, makes you as predictable as clockwork in the face of deception. His act, the thing he does, is disgusting. It's the worst nightmare for any woman, the game he plays. How he pulls the rug. It's disgusting. It's like he is, as I've said in the past, likely an effective pimp. But you'd want women who knew and understood the game to be around him as a pimp. Not people that he groomed. Newbies. Brand new. It wouldn't be so bad if, like, bad bitches had him as a pimp. Well, he's got a few bad bitches, but, you know, he goes online with his talent spotting. It's like he's an online sex pest who's deliberately fishing. And then, all the money I made. It's like, he talks about, say, high value women. Yep. Age, beauty, high value. What does it mean, high value? I could make loads of money selling her online. I can turn her into a heartbreaker and we'll work together and we'll help to defraud all these men who are watching porn. It's like that amateur side of it, that sort of technology available and stuff like that, as to where the production value of porn is just the product, isn't it? It's like everybody can produce porn now, and it's like, well, he's one of the guys who's best benefited from it, and he's revolutionised it by bringing the techniques of the old fucking nasty pimp, because he is a good pimp, but he's like, there's better ways of being a pimp than that. Sure, I know people who are at his level of understanding of psychology and human nature that aren't predators who'd be better pimps than him. Actually be good pimps. Not reaching for violence and making threats to throw people off fucking balconies and things. Never having to do that, and never actually having to go and groom the new talent, the new stock. It's like he brought together what was the cam business, which the cam business these days, it's like women have got no reason not to just do it for themselves if they want to do it, because they can have a relationship with a pimp who's just a website that doesn't give her any shit. They take a cut of the money and it's automated. She's got a new pimp. The pimp has been replaced by the website. And it's like, some guys come along and decided, hey, there's no one protecting these bitches, because those pimps are just guys who turn up for work and log into a computer. It's like the website has become the pimp. Huh. The thing is, the website's got no muscle. We can intercept the business before they get there because they're not grooming. It's like, you've... It's like, this is a complicated business you've attempted here. So there's a modicum of genius to it. Part of his business model is that everyone got paid in Bitcoin. And I think, from the sounds of it, most of the guys' money's in Bitcoin as well. And I keep thinking and chuckling, it wouldn't be funny if all his Bitcoin was held by FTX, because he was liking the idea of that high return on his investment. Maybe that's where he fled to when Bitcoin started to... Be funny, wouldn't it, if Bankman-Fried had lost all Andrew Tate's money? Wouldn't that be the fucking funniest story that's ever been told? That would just, you know, to hear that would be a thing would be, it generate a laugh that I don't know if I'd recover from. It was like, I'd be a changed man by that laugh. That laugh would either, you know, revitalise me completely or take 10 years off my fucking life. I can't tell which, but I know it would just be an explosion of fucking glee and absolute hilarity. But, you know, God, you know what I mean? It's like, God ain't good. It's like, God would only do that. It wouldn't be, you know, it wouldn't be a favour to me. It'd just be a fitting punishment for an absolute cunt that he hasn't finished driving mad yet. It's like, if Andrew Tate, right, the G, this is a thing where he's not really the G, right? If he was the G, he'd understand that he is a creation of the Almighty, just the same as the rest of us, and that he's beholden to higher forces than himself. And if he knew what he was in for, now with the madness, he'd have gone down a different path, but it's too late, fuck you. It's like, he's done. He's got to find out now, because it's like, as advanced as his brain is, right? People who mouth off like that, they're like, they're the scum of the fucking earth, and they're proud of themselves and would call themselves the G, like the centre of everything. Would call themselves that. Put that out and be smoking a cigar. Make you tremendously depressed, because it doesn't matter what you surround yourself with and what people tell you. That ain't true of you, is it, mate? Be depressing. And it's like the mocking of God that he's done. The mocking of the law. That's how you mock God. Mock the law. Mock the notion that there's any fucking justice in the world. And then suddenly, God just appears and does what God does. And what does God do? It is punish. What? Oh, yeah. Punish. It's like, when you went, right, to the dark places to become the G, where you made yourself the centre of the universe and this meditating fucking Zen bullshit thing you've got going on at the same time, when you started wearing all the trappings, you opened yourself up to the boss. In his time, Mr. Tate will get to meet God. And then it's like, oh, where am I? You're in a Romanian lunatic asylum, sir. And know that there is a God. And why will you know? Well, only God could cause that much suffering, torment. If you could choose not to be in absolute misery and despair, you would, wouldn't you? So much for your fucking power. You see, a guy like that who set himself up as a fucking mystic would be telling himself he's tough, getting banged up. But if you're as blasé as he is, because where he's got himself arrested in real trouble is because he's been found to be a criminal enterprise that's operating across national boundaries. And it's just taken time for the authorities to get their heads together and catch up with this kind of activity, and they have. So it's like, it's the feds who've come and got you, mate, for being an international criminal. It's like the terrorism and gangster police have come and picked you up. And it appears that they were in your blind spot. You seem to think that the local police were the only people you had to worry about, not the Romanian version of the FBI. And now they've got you, right? They can just do you for potentially causing things like insurrection. What? Well, you've told the world that our justice system doesn't exist and that you've got us in the palm of your hand, and that's an advertisement to all the criminals in Europe to start operating out of this place. And if we let you go, what does it say about our notions of law and order? And without law and order, there is no state. So your act of rebellion is going to see the full weight of the law come down on you. And if you do that in any country in the world, you start mouthing off like that, that's what's going to happen to you. That's when you bring down the wrath of fucking God. And what does the wrath of God entail? And it's like, when reality of the law smashes you in the face, takes all your stuff from you, and puts you in jail, and you're like, I'm a millionaire. It's like, yeah, but your money's not in here, mate. Did you bring any Bitcoin with you? You say what? It's all an act. It's all an act, and everyone's lying about you because they're jealous. That's your defence. It's just an open and shut case in every way, shape, or form. And if you can't see it, it's because you're in with the guy. In with the guy. You're in the shit with the guy. It's like, what? Yeah, you've been listening to him bragging about his crimes. You carry it with you. He's taking you to dark places where he operates. And he's master. Give you the first person account, front row seat of a criminal organisation, and much of what he say be him re-victimising those in the world he's got power over, re-victimising them, dropping dog whistles all the time, reminding us all of how, powerful he is and all-knowing. And it's like, you're a fucking buffoon at the same time, though. It's like, you can cherry-pick all the fucking smart things to say. No, that guy's done. He's heading for the worst end. And his cult, right, Now we'll get to see them tested as to how radical they are. And I think it'll come to pass that they ain't shit. There'll be none of them willing to get off the fucking chair. I wouldn't fucking get out of my chair for Andrew Tate, would you? It's like, well, me definitely not. I'd like to be the guy who gets to interrogate him for years when he's in that loony bin. I would sign up for that job. It's like, you want someone to interrogate him who speaks English when you put him in the loony bin and you want to get to the bottom of him. It's like, I'll do it. Just, I'm not doing it for free. Pay me the danger money and I'll go in there and I'll interrogate him. That's the only way I'd get out of my ass for that guy, because that's the only future he's got in store. And you know, if you wanted to turn a guy into a crazy money spinner, that's the best way of doing it. Can I be one of his guards? I could probably put up with his bullshit. But say his followers ain't shit. Those amongst them making claims to be things like the greatest hypnotist in the world and shamanic and all that. It's like, I am doing everything I can to attempt to bait those guys to start talking legendary bullshit. Let's hear some legendary bullshit from your shaman. Hey, get your shaman mouthing off as to where you start to curse people and cast spells. Do it. I've been waiting for the day. I saw this downfall in the beginning. What? Yeah, when I saw his website years ago. I'm like, how's that legal? Has anyone even looked at this? Pass it around. Have you seen this? What this guy says he's selling. And you could almost character test somebody by how they reacted to it. Like, oh, good luck to him. Really? Never been such a more divisive figure. It's like, you know, people talk about Hitler being a bad guy, right? To best of our knowledge, Hitler did not traffic people and didn't enslave anyone. Did a lot of fuck shit, but he didn't stoop that low, did he? Although he did, amongst him and his followers, tap into the same occult, cherry picking and rationalization to call evil deeds by different names and approve of them. Knew something of that.